John KLYMSHYN, the creator or co-creator of the KLYMSHYN method. And when I say co-creator, so much of my recent work has been collaborations like the Ultimate Sales Manager's Guide online course, but you're here to learn about what the KLYMSHYN method is. Well, this site, this portal is a stopping point for you to begin a journey to develop yourself as a professional salesperson, sales leader, sales manager, even entrepreneur. We're here, Catherine and I, who you see in the other screen, are here to offer you ideas, insight, and practical tools for you to really take your career into new arenas. So we're very excited that you've come and visited. Here you are on our YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you are up to date on everything that we're doing, because we are regularly updating and improving everything that we have to offer. So just to give you some background, I'm the author of several books. Oh, they blanked out because I didn't know how to use my green screen. But I have written something called Move the Sale Forward. I've written a book called How to Sell Without Being a Jerk. I've written a book called The Ultimate Sales Manager's Guide. And we're excited that now the Ultimate Sales Manager's Guide, as of its 15th year in existence, is now an online course that you and your folks can engage in. But again, we're here on YouTube for a reason, and that's to bring you in to this community of people that focus on the power of language, how we can inspire and lead and guide and develop others so that we can help our companies be successful, profitable, and fun.
So John, you have been in the sales arena for years, spreading from talking in front of people to writing books to doing things collaboratively with other businesses. I kind of want to know, what are some projects that you're working on, and kind of like, how did you get into sales? Like, how did this all happen or come to existence?
Well, I got into sales, oddly enough, because I went to an employment agency after I got out of the Navy. And at that employment agency, I was waiting for them every single day to send me out on interviews to potentially get a job in Manhattan. I was in New York City. And I watched what they were doing, and I got a sense of the fact that it might be interesting and fun, because they would talk on the phone, they would talk to people at their desk, they would talk on the phone, and then they would run over to the wall and hang numbers next to their name. And it took me a couple of days to learn that those numbers represented how much commission they had earned by placing someone in a job. So my first sales job, professional sales job, was in a staffing firm in Manhattan. And I took to it very naturally, because as a musician, I'm a very good listener. I tended to want to help a lot of people, and I helped a lot of people get better jobs, better commute, better money. And as a result, I also helped the recruiters around me. I went on an 8-year journey in that industry as a manager, as someone who opened offices and that sort of thing. And the more I wanted to help people, the more I wanted to formalize that experience. And that led to me finding my first corporate sales training job with a company in Southern California.
Wow, a lot of movement from Manhattan to Southern California. That's
Yep.
really impressive. Now you did talk about how you really had saw people doing it, and then you wanted to jump in, and then it kind of escalated from there. Why now, after, you've been in this game for a while, you've been coaching people, you've been working through sales as a career, walking through all the steps. Why now are you like, I want to take my work and I want to put it online and I want people to experience it like that? What made you kind of go to this platform or want to do this?
Well, Catherine, rather. Well, Catherine, I know you know the answer. It's because you came to me and asked me one of those life-changing questions. And the life-changing question was, have you ever thought about taking your material and turning it into an online course? And maybe you remember my response. I think about it every day. I have no idea how to do it. So for a good period of time, you and I have invested a lot of sweat equity and a lot of time and a lot of focus, and we have stress tested all of these experiences to take this material and put it into an online course. And here's the power of an online course. Yes, of course, I want people to read the book or listen to the audio version. What you and I have done together takes it into whole new dimensions. We've got interviews with experts that are on video and on audio. We've got components and pieces of the audiobook. We've got new tools that are both downloadable and or writable online. We have covered, with your instructional design experience, we have covered every possible way that someone can learn the skills, the mindset, and the application of a very important role in corporate America, or in the world in corporations, and that's leading sales people. It sounds like an oxymoron. It is not, because I've done it successfully. I have worked with other people who have done it successfully. And the book itself, this title, The Ultimate Sales Manager's Guide, it came out of yet another transformational question that was asked of me by someone who was a fan of my first book, Move the Sale Forward. He asked me that question that I will never forget. He said, John, what will your next book be about? I never thought I was going to write another book. And Kate, as you know, I've written 11 since he asked me that question. So why now? Because number one, the tools, the platform, the availability, the speed of the internet makes it something that people can access 24 hours a day. That means that they can go through it at their own pace and they can revisit the material. And what that means is that they will be able to impact the culture of their organization, because they are working with the people who go out and are the tip of the spear, and that's salespeople.
Now, I know you talked a lot about like that. I asked you the question, and it's kind of snowballed from there. And bringing in my background in instructional design, which is really the science, the mathematics almost of making online courses work. How do you formulate it in a systems process that really takes information and makes it so that it sticks with your audience? So one of the things I think is really powerful is that how much you are saying that you can connect with your audiences this way, that they can get on 24/7, they can learn with their teams together. I think all of that is really great. What is one of the key things or key motivators you want your audience to take from the KLYMSHYN method? What is one thing that you want them to sit with and really digest and know?
That it's all about the language. If someone is going to sell, because we have so much sales material in addition to the other course called Bionic Sales, that it's all about the language. And language is very ethereal. It exists in the mind, right? There's a big difference between the brain and the mind. And the mind, the good news about the mind is that it's limitless. So the key thing I want people to understand that are entering this experience called the KLYMSHYN method is, think about the language that you craft and deliver. And it's not always about statements. More often, it's about the questions we ask, because then we can draw people out. I mean, I just gave you two great examples. When Dave Lacani asked me, what will your next book be about? That opened up a window in my mind. And it led to me finishing my first novel and my second novel and my short stories and my next business book and my audiobooks. And then you, many years later, asked me the question, have you ever thought about doing an online course? So all of those are tied to and rooted in the power of language. And to me, there is a distinct and specific intersection between language and music. And if you and I, Catherine, if our work together can help people really understand the power of language and improve their ability to craft and deliver it, then we've done something very useful and very powerful. This is, yes, it's a service. Yes, people pay for it. Why? Because that indicates a transfer of value. So the key driving force of the KLYMSHYN method is it's all about the language. You will see that on our website. You will see that at the top of the banner on YouTube. You will see it woven into all of our material. And if it's about the language, well, there's body language, there's audio language, there's written language, and we have covered all of those bases with this course that, again, we have put a tremendous amount of time into, not so that we could create a bulk of content, but that content is accessible, digestible, and actionable.
You're right. And that's a really awesome point. And I can't wait for people to go on this journey with us. It's been so fun doing it together, but to have other people see it, I think even makes it more special and makes it really great.
Absolutely.
And remember that you can out there connect with us in the KLYMSHYN method by following us on social media at the KLYMSHYN method. You can also follow the links in this description to sign up for the Ultimate Sales Manager's mini course, as well as future courses like Bionic Sales and the full course of the Ultimate Sales Manager. Make sure you turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future content, and we'll see you next time.